Welcome back to Solo Marvel Champion. This is game 2 of my new Shatterverse. This is Spider-Ham Justice versus Project Wideawake. Now I've got Sentinel set up. These are my captives. Let's move on to campaign setup. Calculate travel time 2. +1 for training. I did add 2 make the call and call for backup into this deck from Nebula. I'm allowed to do that because Nebula won that matchup. Gives me a total time of 3. Now I have to add 3 to the main scheme. That is why that is on 4. I meant to only have that on 1 and do it now, but that is on 4. Step 2.5 tells us to put this into the encounter deck. This is the Infinity Stone that was in this villain zone. I haven't seen that one yet, so I don't know what it is. We also put the Infinity Stones environment into play. Step 3, because my total travel time was 3, I get to pull a card with converted cost 3 or less into my hand. I'm going to start with my signature ally, Captain America. Is that him? No. Wow, very top card. Now I want him in my hand for a couple of reasons. Number 1, he can thwart for 2, I can thwart for 2, so we can get rid of one of those right away. Probably this one. And then when he comes in, he is going to give me a counter. Hopefully I'll be able to mulligan something, a Spider-Ham card, or use a Spider-Ham card to pay for this so that I can then shuffle that back into the deck. So that's where we're at. My Power Stone is in play. I earned that by defeating the first villain. This is in my hand. Give me a good shuffle, and I'll shuffle this as well. I don't think I shuffled that on camera yet. And then we're going to see what my opening hand is. Now, I'd love to see cartoon physics in my opening hand. Oh, well, now I saw what the stone was. Space Stone is what is in this deck. That's actually good for the Shatterverse, because that means once I'm done with this first pocket verse, all of the stones I've accumulated in this verse carry over to the next pocket verse. That's a good thing. So Petulant Pig, I'm not sad about. Swinging Web Pig can be nice. Web of Life and Destiny will be free. And Overwatch is really good. Can I also get For Justice? Did not get For Justice. Let's see. I do want to keep that. I probably want to keep that. That'll be free. I can play that. As much as I love Warrior of the Great Web, because it's going to give me +1 attack when Web Warrior allies leave play, I'm going to get rid of it, and I'm also going to get rid of Swinging Web Pig because it's too expensive. I get one back, and I get a Miles Morales. Okay. Let's just flip up. Put an Overwatch on that. I think I'm going to have to go ahead and do Petulant Pig and let him attack me. So Petulant Pig, the villain attacks me, draw 3 cards. It's 2, 3, 4. I take 4 damage and draw 3. Ooh, that Spider-Man is awful nice. Do I go ahead and do that? I can play him. I can't then also play Captain America. Although I could play Captain America first, get a counter, then use that counter to help me pay for Miles. or not Miles, for Peter Parker. So we're going to do one. See, I want to do this in the best way possible because I need the resources to play Peter Parker, the specific resources. So 1, 2, 3 for Captain America. He gives me a counter, and he's going to let me shuffle. Let's shuffle one of those swinging web pigs back into the deck. Then I can use that counter as physical, mental energy for Spider-Man Peter Parker. Now, that is fantastic because I'm going to thwart 2 here. I'm going to use this interrupt to, it goes here, to remove 2 here as well. Captain America is going to remove the other 2. This becomes Jubilee. And I've got to go find a Sentinel. I'm going to find a Mark IV because Mark IV only has Guard and Patrol. Nothing special about a Mark IV. Mark II would be nice, but he's going to do what? He's going to Surge since this is in play. So I don't want that. What is the actual... Does it put it into play? No, it reveals it. That's right. I've done this scenario so many times, but I forgot. But that is why I want the Mark IV. Come on, where's the Mark IV? Mark IV just has Guard and Patrol. And Spider-Man can attack for 2. That readies me, and because of Soul Stone, I can attack for 2 and get rid of that Mark IV Sentinel. I'm going to go ahead and take 1 off of here. Let's ready. Oh, there's a swimming web pick. Oh, there's a cartoon physics. I wish I had that moments ago. 1 goes on, and then after threat is placed here, if there's at least 5, the first player places the first card face down under operation 0 tolerance and remove 5 threat. So I wasn't worried about that threat. I knew it was going to go away at the loss of 1 card from my deck. He's attacking for 2 and I'm taking it. You know what? I should have one more counter 2 because of him damaging me. 2 and put a Mark IV into play. I take 2, I get another counter. This Mark II attacks me. I do that and take another counter. 1 encounter card. Gains piercing and ranged and +1 attack. Okay. I want to see what captive I'm going to get. So I'm going to start by thwarting 1 here. This goes to victory, and I get one of the set-aside captives. Let's shuffle them up. I'd like to get Cannonball, because Cannonball will not take consequential when he defeats an enemy, or maybe just a villain. I get Boom Boom. Okay, so let's attack for 2. Attack for 2. That defeats him and readies me. Boom Boom will attack for 1 to knock off his tough and put a boom boom counter on him, or a boom counter on him. Americat can attack for 2. And boy, do I go all out with Swinging Web Pig. Use all 3 of my counters for a Swinging Web Pig. Deal 6 and confuse. And I think I might go down here. Two for the Daily Beagle. Do I go ahead and attack though? Because I'm attacking for 2. Or do I just go ahead and do this? Go down and recover. It gets me up to 9. And when I make a recovery, I get a tune counter. Beagle will give me another tune counter. Let's ready, holding on to that cartoon physics. All right, my turn is over. This goes, and he takes 2 more damage. 1 goes on the main. He cannot scheme. And discard an upgrade or support I control. Oh, that's sad. The only one I have is Daily Beagle. Man, that sucks because I was going to just load up on counters. But let's go ahead and recover 5. Again, that's just going to take me up to max of 12. But doing that gives me another counter. Let's flip up. Let's pay 2 for team building exercise. I can exhaust that to put Tune in play for free, and I can stack that. I'm going to use 1 for superpower training. Oh, do I want to do this? What I'm thinking about doing is using those 2 counters for 4 justice. That'll clear that and go get me my... Yeah, I'm going to do that. 2 for 4 justice. Clears this. It goes to victory. And I'm going to go find my, not organic webbing, but... my hammer, there it is. My hammer comes into play. That gives me +1 attack, so now I have a total attack of 3, and I can use a counter to make it 5. I'm going to hold on to this cartoon physics. I'm going to attack for 2. That readies me. He goes away. I'll attack for 3. And let's see, an Abduction Protocols comes in. He shouldn't be exhausted. An Abduction Protocols comes in when I defeat Sentinel, and I don't care about this threat at the moment, so... I'm going to hold on to him for some minion action. Call for backup is great. Okay. 1 goes on. He is attacking for 3, and I'm just going to let it hit me because of cartoon physics. 3, 4, 5. I discard this and reduce that to 1 damage, which also gives me a tune counter. 1 encounter card. Attach this to a Sentinel minion, otherwise it gains Surge. When revealed, choose 1. Place the top card in Operation Zero Tolerance, or the minion and each enemy or each minion attacks. I think I'm going to take that attack. I've got plenty of health, and that's just going to give me another tune counter. So he's attacking for 3, 4, 5. Now, that was more than I wanted. But recovering for 5 gets me back to 11, so not a big deal. All right. This gains overkill, but not piercing. Let's attack for 1, which knocks him out and puts a boom counter on him. He is steady and tough. And I get an operation or an abduction protocol. He takes 2 and is defeated. Let me use team building to get my cartoon physics in. And let's do Petulant Pig again. He's going to attack for 3, is it now? 4. Attach this to the villain. He gets +8 hit points. I reduce that damage to 1, which gives me another counter. I'm going to thwart for 2, which clears this. Gives me another... Wolfsbane would be really good. Wolfsbane has piercing. Well, I get Richter. He's going to attack for 1 to knock off his tough and then deal 1 damage to every enemy. Now he has steady, so stunning isn't as good. Did I draw my 3 cards from Petulant Pig? I don't think I did. Well, I hate to use Ham It Up with that few over there. What do I have in here? No, I've got Captain America. That is when he enters play. Oh, you know, he's the one I have to go for, though. I have to go for Spider-Man. So I'm going to make the call, go Spider, Ham It Up, call for backup for Spider-Man. She does not count towards ally limit. He is going to attack for 2. I'm out of red dice. That readies me. I am going to attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I need energy, energy, energy to get rid of that. Let's ready, or just defeat all of that. Another make the call is nice. There's a for justice. 1 goes on. Ooh, I really should have gone down, I think. Oh, at the end of my turn, this blows up. I think I should have gone down. Either way, I'm going to get a card under here. I'm going to defend with a Boom Boom. Did that gain overkill as well? piercing, and ranged. So that's 4, 5, 6. Boom Boom is gone and goes under Operation Zero Tolerance. I can only have 2 more cards under there. 1 encounter card. Discard each status card from the villain. Give him a tough and heal 5. So there's 4, 5. Well, I wish I had Wolfsbane. Only attacked once. He's going to attack to knock off that tough and then deal a damage. I'm going to attack for 5. He's going to attack for 2, which readies me. I'm gonna make the call 1, 2, 3 for Captain America. He gives me a counter, and I get to shuffle Cartoon Physics into my deck. I'm going to thwart 2 off of here. I'm going to hold on to Ham It Up. And now I am going to flip down. After your hero thwarts and removes all threat from a scheme, so I don't have to defeat that to use Turn the Tide. 1 goes on, he schemes for 2, 3, 4. That goes up to 6, back down to 1. Now I can only have 1 more card under here. The Infinity Stone. Discard cards from the top of the deck until a minion is discarded. Put it into play. And then this is going to go in. That is what the Infinity Stone's environment does. That's a Mark II. Now that's put into play, not revealed. So he is not going to surge. So let's recover 5. Gives me a counter. Let's flip up. Oh, how do I want to do this? Energy, energy, energy. To get rid of this, which also gets rid of that extra 8 hit points. He is going to attack for 2, which readies me. And I'm going to have Captain America get rid of that. Just because it's fun to do it, because it's a little bit different, I'm going to have Richter take 1 off of here. You You know what? I don't even have to do it that way. I can do it a little bit more fun than that. I'm going to play Ham It Up. Remove 3. There were 3 on here. Remove a 3 threat from here. And play Turn the Tide. After your hero thwarts and removes all threat from a scheme, deal 3 to an enemy. And that defeats Project Wideawake. Now, like I always do, I had some suboptimal plays there, but this is a fun encounter. Project Wideawake, I think by far, is my favorite in Mutant Genesis, and I've been playing Sabretooth a lot lately. I think Sabretooth is my second favorite in Mutant Genesis. So that is the game. Let's go through victory conditions. If at least one hero survived and the villain was defeated, each surviving hero may add up to 3 aspect cards from their deck to the deck of the next villain. That means I can add 3 aspect cards to Nova. To do that, I add +1 here. Search the villain's deck and discard pile for all Infinity Stones, and players take control of them. I know this one came out. So Space Stone. I now have control of the Space Stone as well as the Power Stone. Space Stone doesn't do anything for me in-game. It only allows me to carry the stones I have in this pocket verse to the other pocket verse. So I'm going to mark that as well. Let's put a check there. Let's put a check here on Space Stone. And then the final game in this pocket verse will be Nova Protection versus Sinister Six. Plus, I get to carry 3 aspect cards from this deck into the next one. Now, that could be a mix of the leadership cards that I sent forth from Nebula and the Justice cards. Or I could do just 3 Justice cards or all 3 of those leadership cards. But that's game 2. Stay tuned for the next game, Nova Protection versus Sinister Six, which will probably be tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a marvelous day.